In Flanders Fields by Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae, 1872 to 1918. In Flanders fields the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky the larks still bravely singing fly scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields. Okay, this is a poem by Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae. Now, he was a Canadian. He was actually a doctor, a physician, and a surgeon during the First World War. He was a poet and an author as well. And sadly, in 1918, he died of pneumonia near the end of the war. So he'd survived the horrors of battle to be killed by pneumonia. And I have a feeling this pneumonia was the great epidemic that went around Europe directly after the First World War. So what about the poem? This is a lament. This is a lament for all of the dead in the First World War. This is a threnody. A threnody is a type of wailing song, a wailing hymn, as a memorial to a dead person. Yeah, and this is like a memorial to the dead. So in Flanders fields the poppies blow between the crosses. So the poppies, a poppy is this red flower that they use to commemorate the people who died during the First World War, other wars as well. But the poppies were all over the fields of Flanders. Flanders is Belgium and northern France. And this is where the First World War was fought. And there are poppies that are moving about in the wind between the crosses, but row on row of crosses. So row on row of buried people, of dead soldiers. And I think many others when the bodies were just never found. Row on row that mark our place. So there are crosses that mark the graves of the dead, and the poppies are moving between them. And in the sky the larks, a lark is a type of bird, still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. So the larks are flying even though they're almost not heard, because of the guns that are firing down below, the battle. And the lark, it sings beautifully, but it flies high, and I think their beautiful song is scarcely heard. So the beauty of nature is completely obliterated or unheard if you by the roar and the of battle, the roar of the guns. We are the dead. So those poppies are the dead. Those crosses are the dead. And all of these poppies or all of these crosses represent the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved. So a few days ago we were alive, but now we're dead, and these are the spirits. These are the spirits of the dead. And these spirits just a few days earlier they were alive. They felt the dawn, the sun come up in the morning. They saw the glow of the sun go down in the evening. They loved people and were loved by people. And now we lie in Flanders fields. And now we lie, we are dead, our tombs are in the fields of Flanders. Take up our quarrel with the foe. Now this is the dead talking. And the dead are talking, and they're saying, continue the fight against the enemy. Yeah? Continue our reason for fighting against this enemy. To you from failing hands we throw the torch. So the torch is passed on to the living from the dead, from the failing hands. Their hands are failing because they're dying, they've died. And they pass on the torch. This is like the passing on of the Olympic torch, where the runners bring the fire from Mount Olympus. But in this case, it's the torch of right, the torch of truth that they are carrying, and they have died for this cause, and they are giving this cause to the ones who are living, who must carry on their cause. The torch, be yours to hold it high. So this is your torch now. You need to hold it high. You need to maintain these values that we were fighting for. If you break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders field. So if you break faith with us, if you don't follow on with the reason we were fighting, the freedoms that we were fighting for, then we shall not sleep. The spirits of the dead people in Flanders field, the spirits of all these dead soldiers will not rest in peace, despite the fact that the beautiful red poppies are growing in the fields of Flanders. So the people who are alive must continue to hold up the values, to hold up the torch, to continue to fight against the enemy. And this is the idea. It's saying that in this war millions of people have died, and the people who have died are asking you to carry on the torch, to carry the values, to continue to hold dear the reasons why this war was fought. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. In Flanders Fields by Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae.